Welcome to the Reaction Radar. Let me ask you a question that no one in the media dares to touch. What exactly are police officers supposed to do when citizens don't comply and politicians won't back them? This officer didn't randomly attack someone. He responded to a 911 call that the store employees asked a disruptive individual to leave. The man refused. He argued. He cursed. Things escalated, so the officers did what law enforcement is trained to do: restore control in a volatile situation. And now that moment is being used as a political bait. They demoted him, suspended him, sent him to anger management like he's the problem. Folks, we're watching the collapse of basic authority, and it's being cheered on by politicians who act like enforcement are the enemy and chaos is somehow the heroes. This is the same behavior we just saw from elected officials in DC and NYC. Confronting officers, blocking investigations, videoing themselves for clout, and then crying victim when it doesn't go their way. But when the cop does his job in a gas station at 1 a.m., he gets crucified. Let's be honest. If that officer had stood back and that situation spiraled out of control, those same politicians and media heads would have blamed him for not acting. So which is it? You can't demand law and order and then destroy the men who enforce it. And if a 20-year-old walks into a public business, refuses to leave, disrupts customers, he's not the victim, he's the problem. At some point, we need to decide, are we going to stand with the men and women in uniform who risk being sued, fired, or smeared for doing their jobs? Because if we don't be surprised when no one shows up the next time you call 911. Without any further ado, let's jump into this.
In an update to a story you saw first on KDKA, an Ellwood City police officer is now temporarily off the force after this controversial confrontation at a gas station was caught on camera. Tonight, Borough Council voted for punishments for Sergeant Rob Magnifico. KDK's Jennifer Barrasso joins us now live with the results of that voting. Jen.
Thanks, Cam. Well, Ellwood City Borough Council voted unanimously to suspend Sergeant Rob Magnifico for 10 days without pay. They've demoted him from sergeant to officer. They've also ordered him to do anger management classes and de-escalation courses. We caught up with the mayor after the meeting.
Yeah, I said from the beginning, we don't condone this kind of behavior. It will be addressed. And I think we took the steps this evening to do that. We took this matter very seriously. A lot of time and effort went into this, decisions made by myself and the governing body. And we want to continue to move forward as a community and making sure that Ellwood City is still the place to be.
We showed you the video that put Magnifico in hot water. You see 20-year-old Devin Hartman hit the wall after being pushed by the then sergeant inside the Sheetz store on June 6th after 1 a.m. Hartman tells KDKA he was told to leave Sheetz after he and his friend were recording or vlogging. He says he left his cell phone and came back to get it, but employees told him it wasn't there. They called police when he refused to leave. The 20-year-old said he told officers it was his phone and even put the password in it, but they wouldn't give it to him.
I don't give a bro, I want my phone.
When he cursed, Magnifico comes from behind the food station and shoves him into the wall. Eventually, Hartman gets up, gets his phone, and he asks the officer for his information.
My name is Magnifico. My badge number is 5850. Don't touch me.
Rob Magnifico was not at tonight's meeting, and the next step, the bargaining unit has a chance to appeal the decision, and at last check, he is still the head football coach at Riverside High. Reporting live, Jennifer Barrasso.
Well, there you go. Should police back down every time someone raises their voice or whips out a camera? Or do we finally stand up and say enough is enough? Let cops be cops. These officers put the badge on to protect us, not to play defense against political pressure and YouTube mobs. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, like, subscribe, and share. Stay informed and engaged. And keep your radar locked in right here. Have a good one.